Hello guys, and welcome to Banjo-Kazooie! This is the final Jiggy that you're gonna have to collect. Yeah, you can tell I have had a bit too much sugar today. So today we're going to be dealing with one of the biggest glitches within this game and one of the main glitches within this run, which is the reverse B adventure. I shall note, if you cannot be bothered to read the screen, I'll give you a brief explanation. I filmed the 640 note door skip ages ago, and for it, like, my recording software has like a 10-minute timeout. It can only record 10 minutes at a time. For whatever reason, the time when I got actually the note door skip was like towards the end, and so it cut out just after I actually like broke out of bounds, and at that point I thought, oh Christ, stops the emulator, but instead of pressing F2, which is to pause the emulator, I pressed F5, which means that it's actually like it puts the game like where it is. Yeah, that's where it goes, and as I said, like that's a point when for whatever reason, like, it just stopped there, and I had to re-record a small section of actually me getting in there, which is unfortunate. And I mean, I do like apologise, but I did manage to get a different sort of like segment in to sort of replace it. So today we're gonna, well, at this point we're trying to unlock as many levels or parts of Click Clockwood as possible. Like, I've unlocked several parts. Like, I've unlocked Click Clockwood already, and I thought, well, you need all these notes anyway, because you need to get 810, and it's best if you collect as many as possible. One thing I shall note, just in case you were wondering, this is actually not the amount you need. You need ever so slightly more, and I actually do come back to it when I need to come back to it, which is in part 6, I think. Yeah, it's just before I do Grunty's Furnace Fun, I realised I kind of have a little bit too little here, and so I have to unfortunately redo Click Clockwood in terms of notes. So this is what, like, a playthrough of like most of the notes. I do like a time lapse when I actually do finish it. So we've just unlocked Nabnut's area. Unfortunately, under normal conditions we cannot get up here. If you were to use a little bit of clever trickery, you could actually get in there in summer, and it's nothing special. It's not like you discover like Stop and Swap or anything. There is actually literally nothing there. So we're trying to search for all the notes, and believe me, it can be difficult sometimes to find all the notes, especially in Click Clockwood, because if you die in Click Clockwood, you have to obviously collect all of your notes again, but they are spread out in a random distribution in each level. It's not 25 in each season, it's a random amount in each season, and so you can't simply go, oh, it's 25 in the springs, 25 in summer, 25 in autumn and 25 in winter, because it doesn't work that way. It's like 20, 30, 30, 20, I think. It's something along those lines, and you can be spending quite a while. You get your majority of your notes actually from autumn, and you might as well, you have to unlock winter, but at this point I don't think I actually ended up unlocking winter. So this level starts out as like just a normal collection spree, but it turns out to be one of the most important levels in this entire run, because you actually have to unlock this level for certain. Like, even if, like, for instance, somehow we found out a way to do or skip 810 notes, and we could, yeah, if we found out a way to skip 810 notes, we could technically skip some levels. This is one level that you would have to stick with. It is simply not possible to stick with this level unless we find some way to get into, yeah, it's unless we find some way to break out of bounds with the bee without actually going into Clockwood, it's impossible. And so for now, this is the level, and you're just gonna have to put up with it. It's something which you're gonna have to stick with forever and ever and ever. And for some people, that's gonna be great news. Some people absolutely love Clockwood. It's got some great music, and I have to agree, it does have some great music. But I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna have to say that some people are gonna say, well, I absolutely hate Clockwood because it's an absolute nutcase, and in some cases I'll agree with that as well. Because if you fall off at any point, it's almost certain death. So at this point, I think, no, we're still in autumn. We're still in autumn, so we still have to collect many more notes. I can't remember, I think we have to collect 78, if my memory serves me correctly. I am not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's definitely something in the 70s. I think it's 73, 78. I think it's actually 73. Or maybe it's just regular 70. I don't have the Scoobies here. Okay, so it's 73, because obviously I'm heading out. And so you can have a little exploration, but now we have to head into spring, which is the place where you get the bee. You cannot get the bee anywhere else. It is always spring from Clockwood. In winter, he's staying out because Mumbo's staying out because it's cold. In autumn, he's raking leaves. In summer, he's fanning himself because he's too warm. Also, you need 25 Mumbo tokens. Remember, you have to have that. That's also a dead cert, unless we find a way to get the bee without actually having to talk to Mumbo, or find some way to get Mumbo's transformations for free. So now that we're the bee, here comes the most interesting part of all this Let's Play. Of all, and I think this is the most interesting part of all, because of some of the things, like, the thought process of, we have to, okay, there must be some way. How about we break out of bounds by the bee? I know, we'll trigger a cutscene skip, or we'll trigger a cutscene as soon as Banjo is transforming, which is another cutscene, I think, so you're overriding cutscenes. So the way this works is you walk here, and this is why you have to have unlocked the Dingpot near Clankers, Cavern and Trove Cove, but actually you cannot unlock this one because you get some problems. You can do it without the Dingpot, but it's extremely difficult. So what you have to do is fly and then mash B, and you have to keep holding A. So you're flying, and then you have to look up. And naturally, it takes a while. It takes a while. I'm not gonna lie. This took me forever to do. Not quite as long as some of the other tricks you're gonna see later on, but this point I did stop for a while, and this is because when I was recording it, I was so happy because this is something I was literally like. There was many times when I was like millimeters off, or well, what seemed millimeters off, and I thought, I've done it. I've done it, because I thought, well, is it even possible on emulator? And I was thinking, surely it's possible, because essentially this is just Banjo is the N64 version with better graphics, and yeah, it's Banjo-Kazooie. But here I'm showing some stuff which you can do. With the bee, the lair kind of breaks, in the sense that you can fly into ceilings and kind of bypass areas. There is something which I have to note: be wary where you do go, because there are certain areas within Gruntilda's lair where you cannot go into, because otherwise you'll get a Mumbo will transform you if you go any further, and you've got to be careful where you go, because otherwise you'll hit a transformation zone, and that means that no more bee for you, Sally. So at this point we're trying to head very funnily up to where is it? Oh, I can't speak. Rusty Bucket Bay, there we go. And we don't actually have to unlock this, so we don't have to spend any more Jiggies. Jiggies are now done for. Note, when you actually go into here, you can only fly, and that's because when you enter this zone here, it checks is the water there? Is the water risen? And if it is, then it automatically sends you into fly mode or swim mode for whatever reason. And so when the bee touches water, he swims, and that's why you can see there's a plane of water there, but I'm trying to avoid it, because if he touches that, he'll fly, and that causes problems here and there. And all you can see, it's just easy as pie, we just float in like that, and that's because hitbox detection is pretty much done. So now I'm going to head into Rusty Bucket Bay, but that's all I've got for this episode, guys. I know it's a short episode, but these next few episodes are going to be pretty short. So now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Bal. This is the end credits. Signing out. And just waits for the bee to descend. Now I'm signing out.
Come and get it.